Let's go ahead with the recap.
Hey, so giving the recap as I wasn't here. It started with Spinch and Tamila waking up from their dreams that the Helm of Torm had provided them. Um, we had a kind of a discussion about that. I believe there was the idea of the Kankus were the next step, and someone was looking for the sword. We talked about that for a little bit while we were in High Hall. After that was just some extended downtime. During that time, Tamila made the most of her time by spending some time with Lore in private. Uh, that was interrupted both by Pavel very aggressively, and then Spinch
Very.
innocently, and then Spinch very aggressively.
Super aggressive.
It kind of in
Yeah.
that order. All around the confusion of what Tamila was doing in the room. Um, Pavel attempted to give Spinch a talk about the birds and the bees. It didn't go well. I think there was an analogy about an arrow, and it just it
Oh
didn't come across.
gosh.
Uh,
Oh no.
I thought the arrow thing was about his spell.
I was trying to get him to go away, and I was explaining this is what I'm trying to do because I was scribing sending.
I can see it now as a
Oh,
very
God.
obtuse person to be. That's great.
Oh my god.
yes. Pavel scribed many spells, including a new spell, which name I can't remember. I believe it was Gilded Gliders. I can't remember the first word of it.
Grace's Gilded Gliders.
Yeah, Grace's Gilded Gliders, which allows up to 5 people at the cost of 1 coin to get some gliders and hopefully allow us to sail from High Hall over to the market so we could talk and let him know that we had delivered the rose to the Night Mother. I think that was mostly all for that day. Like, we spent a long time there. Pavel did a lot of inscribing. We did a lot of talking
Would
with
Vin
various
have done
different
anything
NPCs,
with
including
his
Grace
downtime?
and Hilda. Yeah, I was going to get to that maybe at the end, but I
Okay,
can do that.
sure.
I would say Vin has one piece of wood that he has uncarved, which is his duskwood staff that he was going to make.
Yeah.
So he would just be working on that.
Okay. Yes. Let's do a tools check with your dex.
Yeah.
Wow.
20.
Yeah, I would say
Nice.
with the
First
amount of
roll, make it good.
downtime, that you had, you would be able to completely finish your staff.
Nice.
And
So I have that.
because it was a magically imbued wood, it'll be a +1, and then it will also have grant the wearer fire resistance for 10 minutes for once per day.
It's awesome.
Yes.
I will note that down for myself. Also, in that timeline, Spinch came to Vin, confused about the birds and the bees talk, which we might need to do a small scene about that as well, because that might just be interesting.
Yes, please.
But Spinch also left some food with High Hall from his special magic bag, and they were all very, very happy about that. They got a bunch of food from the Wizard's Tower. Pavel gave Grace a command to start working on the schematics for the Wizard Tower, so that she can figure it out and hopefully start making high quality ink for him. Um, so 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 Pavel's now employing child labor for his ink process.
Yep.
But after spending like probably about a day and a half in High Hall, we cast Grace's Gilded Gliders and begin to fly up in the air. as we do, Pavel goes into a bit of a fugue state and crashes onto the ground. Everyone kind of follows behind him. While in that fugue state, Pavel has a dream where he is upside down at a tower and lifted high up into the air, stopping at the top where he sees Eudora with her horn short swords in hand, where she decapitates Pavel and he wakes up. Which we really didn't discuss at all, but that's Pavel to discuss. We then made attempt number 2 to glide across, and we made it across successfully. While going across, though, we did spot some knights that seemed like they were having trouble with a few spine devils. We went in and helped them out, taking them down, discovering that these were Hell Riders, actually sent from High Hall to talk with and you just pulled up the guy, and I literally forgot his name instantly.
Okay.
Achaea.
Ikea, thank you. I almost said IKEA, and I was like, that's not right. Uh, Ikea, about getting more supplies for High Hall. Um, they went and talked to him first, and they were able to get some supplies, but it sounds like in the future he is going to want something from High Hall, whether it's allowing them to work on the western half of the city, or just something to help them out in some way. But they did supply them for the time being. We then had a conversation with IKEA, not IKEA, about the rose that we delivered, and the Night Mother and various things like that. That is where we learned that in addition to Achaea being a vampire, the Night Mother, who he was married to some time ago, is also a vampire. And through a religion check, I believe, Pavel kind of figured out that it's that Shar is definitely not a fan of undead that she didn't create, but because the Night Mother was kind of created as a vampire unwillingly, she's been willing to accept it in some way.
I think it's more than that. I think that there's something about Char's creed, and there's something in the creed about her dark reward, and it became apparent that her dark reward is vampirism. Is what I got from that religion
Okay,
check.
I did not
Maybe
get that.
maybe I'm
Maybe I
wrong,
just missed that. Yeah.
but I think that's what that is.
Yeah. So we talked for a while about that. He then offered for us to maybe give blood to his cause. But the some were very interested, some were less interested in that. But eventually we did talk to Malmuth Hartwin, who is another member of Achaean's brood, kind of turn. He said that I believe there are 10 in all that kind of are under him. Some feed on just animal blood, some feed on human blood. But they're all underneath him. They are currently out of animal blood, apparently, and it's making him, who only feeds on animals, very hungry. So he's hoping they get more of that. But I believe it ended with some of us, maybe not all of us, going down to give blood towards this cause.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good description. Anything anyone else wants to add?
We got a bunch of information from Achaea about how about what
His
he
history, yeah.
his history, why he slaughtered the temple, kind of what he was about, and how he turned to be a vampire. And there was a lot of noodly notes in there, and we don't know what's important probably. trying to open that up because there's a lot. There was a big lore dump with that and about things that we don't totally understand. We infiltrated the ranks of government. We began to kill those that would get in the way of us vampires ruling El Terrell. We began to slaughter them, but one got away. A Hell Rider dragged her back to Helm Shield Hall and began organizing forces against us. I don't know who that one that got away was. Her. I guess this is one of the ranks of ranks of the government. We continue our chaos through the city, making sure that there was no leadership besides us. Someone who we couldn't get to, the High Watcher Balandi, maybe that's the person, was refusing any ties to us or change of power until someone killed her. It wasn't us, so someone killed Balandi, who was a High Watcher. Um, but they knew it was an assassination. It wasn't Akea and his group of vampires. Someone was going to take over, so a mysterious benefactor made sure that it was Thavius Krieg. He was upset about that, so he slaughtered the people in the Temple of Shantae for his love of Shar. That was kind of weird, the way he threw that in there. The Night Mother was once my wife, so perhaps that was a factor. I think I remember that there was being like a much more like he was upset, so he went to shop to slaughter the Temple of Shantae. But I think it was also he was like his whole strategy up until that point had been to create chaos. So when Thavius Krieg got in power, he didn't give up on his goal of ruling the city. He was slaughtering the city, slaughtering the temple to create more chaos. Um, and then he told us about when he was turned. He says, "I was a warrior. I fell in combat, paralyzed. I thought my wife. I thought of my wife, the Night Mother. I only thought of her. A man approached me, and thought I could be of use. I served as his spawn for a time, and then became a vampire. I returned to my wife and made her a vampire."
Yep. Okay. Well, let's do a little rewind and Spinch, you've talked to everyone about Tamila and what she's been doing and how she's acting strange. You need to report that to Vin.
Yeah. So after getting nothing from Pavel, Spinch will go towards wherever Vin is and approach him. And unless he was doing anything crazy, I don't even think he would ask if he was busy. He would just jump into it and talk about how
He's
concerned.
just carving a stick. He would just be
Perfect.
working on his staff at this point.
Perfect. So Spinch, you just see Spinch walk up to you and just look to you and say, "I am worried about Tamila, and they are
Why?
having private time just like my mom used to, but I think Pavel said she will be fine."
Oh, they're
And
fucking.
Tamila, what is that?
You know, well, it's difficult to describe. I can give you my version of it.
Okay.
Well, hang on. Would you like the Kenku who gave me a version of it, and then I've heard a couple more from travelers going by. Which would you prefer?
About both. Spinch will say
Both.
very
Okay.
innocently.
Okay. We'll start with the okay. So when I was growing up, I got this thing. You know, it was the birds and the birds talk, of course. So when a mommy bird and a daddy bird, when a mommy bird and a daddy bird love each other very much, one of them starts getting a swollen cloaca and then kind of hops on top of the other one to fertilize, and then eventually an egg comes out.
So Tamila is sitting on a bird?
No, okay, let's go with option 2. This wasn't like a full explanation. The most I got was several times certain people were described as like a wet sandwich. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing.
So Tamila is making a wet sandwich, Spinch will
Yes,
say.
or maybe she has a wet sandwich. It was always ham. If that helps.
That is unique. I wonder why people are interested in wet sandwiches.
I don't
It
know.
doesn't sound like very
Not for
good.
me. I'm just over here whittling my own wood, so it's all good.
Well, thank you for sharing with me, Vin. I appreciate it.
You're
Spinch will
welcome.
say.
Good luck with your eggs.
Too pure. I love it. Okay.
Yes, but then we could jump ahead.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
Spinch
I
files that knowledge in his brain.
yeah,
yes, I
very important.
I did have a question for Akia, and
Yes.
maybe we already know the answer to this, and I just don't.
Sure.
What do we get if we give blood?
I don't
Uh
think anything.
So there's two reasons why. Oh yeah, he didn't offer anything.
yeah.
Pavel wanted to do it because he wants to investigate, because this is his ambition is to investigate and figure out whether IK is up to anything sinister. And so going into the maze underneath where they control things and have their food stored, being able to go down there is what getting fed on. The point of that is that it's a excuse to get down there. But then the other thing is, after Pavel made the connection that um, something that the Night Mother said to him before, like when he got this mission, the getting back to the Night Mother, there's supposed to be a reward of power that he doesn't really know what that is. But then she also said that he could be admitted to like the temple or to the church or something. And he didn't really understand that, but she said you should really think about it before you do that. And now he thinks that was the Night Mother saying, "Hey, I can make you a vampire." That's what joining the temple is. And so
Oh.
so there's that. There's also the thing in the creed about the dark reward, and the, so that there's a lot going on there with that. So he doesn't know everything that everything's for sure, but he thinks very likely that he may have already been offered to become a vampire, and he wants to know, well, what the fuck is feeding? What he wants to know what this option in front of him is. So he's like down to go and see it and to experience it.
If Vin does ask Akeia for a reward, he will just offer food from, their soup kitchen.
Eh, that
Alright.
doesn't seem very fun. Hang on. How about this? How about if some of us we get like a little tour, huh?
A little what? Sorry.
A little tour of like the operation. Yeah.
Oh.
I heard horror.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah,
It's
man,
like,
man,
has to be
man.
wrong
One
coming from Vin.
one sex conversation and everyone's mind just goes in the gutter.
I heard
Oh my
horde,
gosh.
like a dragon's horde. I was
Oh,
like,
like
oh
a
wow.
horde. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Oh
Okay.
gosh.
tour with
Um,
a T.
yep. Yes, Malus or Liara can take care of that for you.
Okay. And I'll just look at Pavel and be like, "Give a
Layla,
thumbs up, I
sorry.
guess."
Her name's Layla.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Alright, and you
Now we can just
guys,
jump ahead to us going down, I guess.
yeah, you're walking with Malus. He takes you, it's like underneath of the ramshackle throne, like stairs up to the throne that Achaea has set up. There is a hatch that leads down. So Malus opens the hatch, and bows and puts an arm towards it, like after you.
Wait, where are we going? As a player?
You will be going down underneath of where Achaea's throne is.
And this is for the feeding.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, great.
To donate blood. Yep.
Yeah, I'll follow.
Okay.
I'll stick with Maluth.
Pavel will head down, but as he
Okay.
does, he'll like sort of turn to Maluth, kind of actually hoping to get out of earshot of Achaea first. but he wants to ask Malith a question.
You'd probably have to go further in.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go in, wait for it to close.
Yeah. I'm putting you on a map and another screen that you don't see yet, so just give me a second.
I'm sorry, Maluth, if you already said this, but how long ago was it that you returned?
I was one of his original kin. Back
You
in
mean all the way back when
yes,
he was trying to take over the city?
yes, I was there.
By the way, Spinch is right there with you, listening. Just
All right, you guys are in the bottom left of this big map.
Can I then can I ask at that
Or
time
bottom right, sorry.
were you still serving Ilmater?
Yes, I have always served Ilmater. He is the best god. I believe in
yes,
all
he
of his
is. He is the best god. Spinch will clap.
Then
Did he have any issues with you turning? Spinch will ask.
He did not, no. A sacrifice is part of Ilmater's way, and in my sacrifice, I've gone stronger to protect others.
but
Spinch
were
nodded.
you hurting people back then?
No, I have always only taken of animals.
I don't mean beating. I mean
Oh, no, I did not join in those ways. I tried to persuade him to see reason. I did try and help politically to get him power, but I did not partake in hurting of others.
I guess the other question that I wanted to ask is that when Akeda when he told us the story of how he was turned, he was made into a spawn. Are you a spawn? Or are you like a full true vampire?
I am but a spawn.
What is the difference? Spinch will ask.
Only a true vampire can turn another.
Oh, but that's okay. You don't want to turn other into vampires.
No, I
Is
do
there
not.
is there more? Is there more to the difference?
Yes, he does have more power. More magical and strength power.
Why aren't you a real vampire? Spinch will ask.
That is between me and Achaia.
So
If
you
you
have to ask for permission?
Yes.
Why hasn't he given it to you? Spinch will ask.
I have not always aligned with his ways. He resents that. One thing about our kin is we hold grudges.
Oh no. So turning into a vampire makes you hold grudges?
Having such a long life. I don't know. You remember everything. Those grudges last longer.
if you wanted to leave his camp and go and help people out in the city, could you do that?
Yes, I do partake in the patrols in the city.
Well, I mean not just the patrol. I mean like, as a like on your own, just set off on your own to serve Ilmater and help people outside of the little soup kitchen that you have.
I could, but he could call me back. I have no desire to do so. I am doing great good here. Anyways, you all must put on this ring. And he holds a like a silvery ring in his hand. Who wants to go first?
Finch puts a finger to his nose, like not it.
Do you mind if I identify this first?
No, I didn't mind.
Just take 5 minutes, and I start ritually casting identify.
He just keeps an eye over you as you
Yeah.
do so. You notice he
What
makes a few glances at Piggy.
like uncomfortable or hungry?
Yeah, a
Yeah.
bit hungry. He kind of like lips his little fang a little bit.
I promise you, Piggy is. I don't think Piggy has any blood for you to take.
You see him glance at Lulu next.
Would you? Would, would it make you more comfortable if I sent Piggy away?
That's so funny.
I would also, I mean, you are welcome to try to feed on Lulu. I will tell you this. I feel like it's going to hurt you more than it hurts her.
Why is that?
I mean,
I've never had elephant before.
Have you had Angel before?
Oh, is that what she is?
I guess.
Could be
yes,
dangerous.
she is very special.
Like, look at Lulu for an answer.
She just
Wait,
kind of tilts her
Vin?
head. I don't know. I'm just Lulu.
Vin, why would an angel be hurting Maluth? Ventral asked.
Ah, I guess that is fair. I don't think maybe Vin does not know why it would hurt.
Yeah, you can
I
make
was
a.
assuming holy water would probably do bad things, so I would imagine holy blood will do worse, right? Like,
Yeah, make an Arcana or a History
uh,
check to see if you've heard a story about vampires.
Is that just Vin or anyone?
Anyone can, yeah.
Okay.
Arcana. You said
Definitely
Arcana or what?
Or History, yeah.
history. Oh, not 20. Oh, -1.
Poor
It's still
Spanish.
better than what I have. So.
Oh
Oh,
wow, you
we
all did
rolled
good.
really well though.
Wow,
Yeah.
really high.
Okay, let me just read off the vampire weaknesses for you. I think some of you probably know them, but let's just clarify with everyone. All right, first, a vampire spawn. Weaknesses are forbiddance, so they can't enter a residence without invitation from one of the occupants. Harmed by running water. Vampire takes acid damage when it ends its turn in running water. Stake to the heart. Vampire is destroyed if a piercing weapon made of wood is driven into the heart while it is incapacitated in its resting place. And then sunlight hypersensitivity. Vampires take 20 radiant damage when it starts its turn in sunlight. And they also have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks while in sunlight.
But nothing about drinking holy blood.
Yeah, they don't have vulnerabilities. They have some resistances, but they don't have a vulnerability to radiance, which is 5e.
Lulu, do you want to volunteer a little of your blood to Maluth to see if he hurts?
Why not do that either?
I think she would say, "Well, if one of you guys is donating, I'll donate. Because you're my friends and I trust you."
Yeah, I think Pavel is. And maybe Tamila too.
Yeah, I think Tamila offered to donate because she also was curious about what's down here.
Yeah.
I don't think she offered Shadow, and I'm not going to offer it for her.
Right, yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
he'll take up Lulu on her offer and just say, "Don't worry, little golden elephant. I will not harm you." And your identify spell goes off. This ring is enchanted specifically to allow someone to step through a abjuration ward that Ikea has created. And you do notice that there is like this red here. It represents a ward, and it's like covered. The floor is covered in walls and ceilings are all covered in runes right at this section. Um, and it's probably what you heard in that only
Yeah.
undead can pass. So this ring will allow the wearer to ignore this ward.
Well, now that I've identified this, I have supreme confidence in how it works and what it does. So I take it and I put it on and I step through.
Then he, as you step through, he says, "I only have one ring." So he steps through, takes the ring from you if you let him,
Yeah.
and then steps back and says, "Who's next?"
I'll follow next.
You take the ring, and we do the same thing. You're able to
Yep.
step through. And then we'll do Bin. He puts it on Piggy and lets Piggy through.
I was about to say that I'm just gonna dismiss Piggy and bring him back on this side.
Okay, that works. Yeah, he puts it
Pocket
on
dimension.
Lulu's
Yeah.
trunk, and she gets through Tamila, and then has to stick it on Shadow's like fang to get her through. But yeah, everyone gets through. And then he takes the ring back and puts it in his coat pocket and proceeds on this way. Just follow me. You see some people walking about. They all seem very goth. They seem to be, wearing lots of black makeup, black robes, on greasy hair, and so they just kind of walking around, seem to be chatting with each other. They don't pay any mind.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to follow, but I have a lot of lag on this map.
Oh, no worries. Yeah, there's a lot of dynamic lighting here. I can grab you. So. Okay. And then he goes this way.
As we're going through, can I do a quick investigation on the goth guys? Are they just like shambling about, or are they?
Yeah, do an investigation.
Do I think that they're like undead sentries?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that I can actually. So slow. Oh my gosh, I have no idea what's happening. I've lost everything.
Oh no.
I guess I'm gonna refresh the page. I don't even
Okay,
see
good luck.
the game anymore.
He takes you into this room. You see another spawn is in here currently, with a little needle and a hose to a bottle, with a donation person. And they complete the donation, and they seem a little weary, but they get off of the board. You see another person is waiting for them, and the spawn here just kind of nods to Maluth, who and then escorts these two away. So just two peasant-looking people that seem a bit more tired, but seem pleasant and happy.
Can I ask Maloof if I can follow those people out?
Yes, just stick close to them.
Right, Spinch will, out of curiosity, just kind of go
Yeah.
to them.
Yeah.
He, if he can, he'd like to brush up against. Are there two people who donated?
Yes. Hmm.
And he'd like to do lay on hands, 1 point for each of them.
Aw, so nice.
Yeah.
You notice they each like take a big sigh of relief and are just like, ah, I feel a little better already, you know. And
Nice.
um they continue to walk out just the same exact way that you guys came in.
Nice. I'll kind of just linger, um, and just watch them fade away around the corner.
Yeah.
And then I'll kind of happy with how they're doing, like they're walking a little bit better. I'll come
Yeah, for sure.
back.
Yeah. The room isn't quite so dirty as it appears, but it was hard to find like vampire layer maps. But
Yeah.
No, that's
uh, yeah, so it's actually and Malooth cleans off the surface pretty well, um, and asks who wants to go first.
Tamila, would you mind? I think I would like to watch.
Okay, yeah, I can. And she'll step up. Uh, and Malooth will grab kind of the needle, a hose, and a bottle, and then he'll take one fang and just bite gently into her wrist, and then stick the needle through, and then the uh, the hose starts spurting blood into the bottle, and he keeps a close eye, as you can see, on Tamila. And then after the bottle is full, he takes the needle out and presses on the wound with some cotton and tells her to keep holding the cotton until it stops bleeding. She looks a bit more tired. She cringed just a little bit when the tooth went in, but other than that, she seems no worse for wear.
I ask Maloof if he used any vinegar to rinse his mouth.
Are you all right, Tamila?
Yeah, I'm just tired.
Mm. I
I
go
like
to Tamila
sort of
and I give her a big hug.
I raise a finger up to her face and like move it side to side and see if she can, follow it with her pupils, and I don't know why I'm doing that, but
Yeah, she follows it fine.
okay.
And yeah, she gives you a hug back, Spinch.
And with that hug, I lay on hands.
And she is at full. Okay.
I'll say you were so brave, Tamila.
She'll say, it's your turn.
Yep. And I sort of like step forward and I look at Maluth, and no, I'm not going to. For a second, I thought I was going to proceed through Picky Senses, but I've already watched Timala. I don't need to. I need to. Yeah. This. Go ahead. Go ahead, big guy.
Right, you got it. He takes your wrist, pricks it with his fang, gets the needle in, and then the hose spurts out some of your blood. Go ahead and make a con save for me.
What does his blood look like? Normal? I forget.
Uh, yeah, Pav will do. What is your?
Um, it's normal blood. I think. Compared to like Tamila, I think Pavel's blood just flows a little bit more slowly.
There you go.
Doesn't fill
Oh,
up
Yeah.
yeah.
quite as fast. It's a little bit more viscous.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You take one level of exhaustion and one hit point lost from the prick. And he gives you a cotton ball and tells you to hold it. Bench or Lulu?
That was illuminating. I
Oh, Spinch last session
don't know
said
if I
no.
should.
Okay. Lulu will go up and
He
say,
did say yes,
Oh
but then
gosh.
he chickened out and said no. Pavel, you get a very nice hug from Spinch and a lay on hands
Here we go.
because he
I
thinks you need it.
lost the map
Mhm.
again.
You get your 1 hit point back, so
Okay.
you don't have to worry about that.
I'll get back, and then I will refresh. I can't move.
So sorry. Okay. So Lulu, he will take a vein from like her behind her knee, and uh she will take 1 hit point. And I'll check on the exhaustion real quick. Oh, she got a nat 20, so she is not
Oh,
exhausted.
well, that angel blood.
Mm-hmm.
You can just not take a point away from Lulu because
Yeah.
Spinch will just hug her.
Thank you. And he will, you notice, he just pockets Lulu's blood, but he puts the other blood, on a shelf.
Mhm.
So I'm sorry. As we were on our way here, Pavel would have been very keen on like looking around and
Yeah.
trying to see if there were like secret places or if he was like avoiding anywhere that
Mm-hmm.
he was taking us.
Yeah.
And I couldn't really.
Yeah,
do
give me
that.
a perception or investigation.
Okay.
Anyone can.
Yeah, I don't think Spinch was thinking.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so either.
Okay. Yeah, Pavel, there's definitely a lot of branching. This cave system is very complex. You seem to have just taken you on the most direct path here. But you do see lights and hear movement in other paths. So this isn't the only thing that's down here, this donation center. There's also appears to be other rooms and places for people to be here.
Yeah. At this point, once everyone who's going to give gives, I will go up to him and be like, and we were told that with our donation we could get a tour of everything that you have going on down here.
Oh, okay. Yes. Okay, I said this.
Mm-hmm. He
You,
did.
you see him squint at you for a moment, like judging if you're telling the truth and
He
feeling
did
that you're
say it.
being earnest. Yeah, I know. He will say, okay, then follow me. All right,
All
so
right.
poor Pavel. You're gonna struggle with this a
Yeah.
bit, I think. So he will here, what I will do, I will just disable dynamic lighting because I trust y'all. And so he will take you to everything but this like broken room in the bottom left. He's not going to take you there. But he takes you to first he'll take you to this main area, um, which is kind of like a semicircle. And it has several alcoves with coffins in them. And sitting in a stone chair is what looks to be like a young Irish woman. And there's a couple of people in cloaks near her. Um, and she says, Malus, what brings you here? And who are these people? And he says, Layla, I've been here long before you, and I will be here longer still. I am doing this for Ikea. He has entrusted me with these people. Fine, do as you will, she says. And she just gives a little like curious look in each of your directions, but allows you to look around, and you see a large desk, which appears to be covered in papers and things. And you see her in her chair. Um, and yeah, you see the coffins. You see two big golden statues, or several big golden statues, that appear to be not really Achaea's choice, but they were here long before he was. And uh, you're not sure if this is because of the hell, but they all appear to be like demons and devils.
Um, Once the two retort to each other, Spinch will just introduce himself. Hello, my name is Spinch. Nice to meet you. Who are you?
I'm Layla, Achaea's most trusted.
Most trusted what?
Companion.
Oh, okay, that's nice, Spinch will say.
Hello, it is nice to meet you. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'm a little distracted. His most trusted companion. That's how did that come to be?
I'm the one that gave him the idea for the soup kitchen. My mother runs the soup kitchen, and I run everything else. While Achaea sits on his throne, as he should.
Everything else?
The patrols, the politicking.
With whom do you politic?
Everyone I find, of course. I'm trying to spread word of Achaea's new leaf.
It's very nice of you, Spinch will say. You must be very busy and tired.
Oh no, I have so much energy. I hope you have
Oh,
donated today. That's what helps us keep going.
some have, yes, Spinch will say.
Mm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Thank you for your donations.
Now we're just doing our tour. You know how it is.
You know how it is.
Yeah.
Right. Achaea must enjoy your company.
Sure.
Well then, off you go. Malooth
Nice to
motions
meet you
for you
again.
to go back.
Mm-hmm.
And he will take you to this area. He says, well, this is our prison. So people that have committed serious crimes, murder or otherwise, are kept here. Do not attempt any crimes while you are within our patrolling area.
Right.
Are
Insight
these
check that.
humans?
What?
You see a mix of humans, and you see in cages, you see vampires rattle the cage and try to bite at you and grab you through the cages.
Oh, so it's a mix of them. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
May I ask what they did to be put here?
The spawn refuse to follow Achaea's orders to only accept donations. Animals, beasts. They refuse. These humans here, one murdered a child. The other one, I'm not sure. He's been here for a while, though.
May I talk to them?
By all means, just don't put your hands near the vampires or any of your subjects.
I walk away from the vampire.
Vin, yeah, he seems to be telling the truth. He's not sure why the other guy's imprisoned here.
Hello.
Let me out, man.
Are you the one that murdered a child?
I didn't know it was a child. I thought it was a devil. Are you
Oh,
a devil?
man.
Not yet.
Get away from me, devil!
I'm joking. Sorry.
Only
How long have
devil's
you
joke.
how long have you been here?
Been here. I don't know. How many days has we since El Terrell fell?
You murdered a child on the first day and were brought here?
No, it was 3 days in. 3 days.
3 days in. Murdered a child 3 days in. Do you talk to the other one who seems to be quiet?
No, the other one doesn't talk. No tongue.
No tongue.
Devils took his tongue. They'll take yours
Who,
too.
who took his tongue?
Devils.
Devils.
Devils everywhere. They're gonna get you.
Well, there aren't devils here. Just vampires.
May as well be devils. Look at them.
And I turn and I address the one who's been quiet.
You see an older man with, and he just turns his head towards you and kind of just locks eyes with you.
Would you like to share your thoughts with me?
He nods.
I take my staff and I plant it on the ground and I tap it against my head and I cast detect thoughts. And I focus on him.
You see thoughts that he was. You see Layla's face, and you see it grow very angry. And you see her get closer and closer with a knife, and then you see her holding his tongue.
Why?
You see her as a child with her mom, innocent looking, happy. And you see him, um, another flash of her being older and her mom being beaten, and his knuckles are bloody. And you see another image of her being older, her mom trying to hold him back as he punches Layla.
So their dad or her dad, probably. As a player, that's my perspective.
Mhm.
Are you her father?
He nods.
Well, while this conversation is happening, can
Mhm.
Vin do something else?
Yeah,
Um, I want to sit like probably like here-ish.
sure.
I know I'm covering up our guide, but
Yeah,
uh,
he
just sit
can
on the
sit
ground right
there.
there. I'm gonna pull out just my normal quarterstaff. I'm gonna pull out my woodcarver's tools. And I'm gonna just look that one vampire straight in the eyes and just start sharpening the end of it. just taking this nice quarterstaff,
Yeah.
not the fancy one, not anything like that, just a non-magical one, and just start sharpening the end of it. Direct eye contact the
Give me
whole
an
time.
intimidation roll.
I don't think Vin's terribly good at intimidation, so we'll see how this goes. Yep, that seems about right.
You see it rattle
Vin-
its cage in like fury and like trying to bust down the cage to get towards you.
Vin also, because he's staring directly at them, like nicks his finger a little bit as he's going, and he's just like, "Ooh, ouchie, boo boo, boo boo alert."
See Tamila face palms.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just ask this guy, is there anything that you want?
You see Vin's steak, and you see Layla.
Oof, rough.
Because she took your tongue and put you here?
You see
Or are there other
her
reasons?
violent, taking blood from a person. You see her younger, bullying other kids. You see her enjoying as she is dissecting an animal at a very young age. You see that his disapproval in her.
I'm going to, at this point, point at him and ask an unheard question by anyone else. Do you know what are her plans for the city?
Uh, he said you see him unsure, but you see him seeing her like killing officials and uh like making out with Achaia.
All right, to clarify, is this person a human or a vampire inside?
uh you haven't seen inside his mouth. Um
Okay.
just an older man is what it appears to be.
Thank you. Um, I don't have any other questions.
You see the steak and
Probably about
Layla again.
6 seconds before this runs out, so just the steak. Okay.
Mhm.
Yep. Got it.
You see him smile at you. And it is not fanged. But you just see some old man, lots of teeth missing.
As a player, can we go over again? What was the time period where Achaia was like murdering a bunch of people in the city? Does the timeline match up to how old he is?
Yeah, he would have been alive during what's called the Red Coup, which is
Yeah.
when Achaia was killing people.
So he looks like he's as old as Krieg was,
Yeah.
more or less. Okay. Or older, because, well, I guess we don't know how young Layla was when this was happening. she could have grown old and then got turned. Like
Yeah, you're
after the
unsure.
coup. Yeah.
Well, that's all knowledge that only Pat will have now.
Mm-hmm.
Spinch, I think during this time, since everyone was kind of doing their thing, he would have taken time to be in this corner, kind of away from the chaos, and he would have had outreach to Ilmater.
Okay.
He would have started praying, um, asking a few different questions. The first question would have been, "Hi, how are you?" and
Are you using
and
your
then,
ability or the
oh my God, that's right, I have an ability. Yeah. Okay. No, that's definitely not the first mission.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh gosh. Okay. Up to 3 questions, yes or no. Oh, okay. Right, and Spinch knows about this too. Me as a
Mhm.
player, I'm just slacking. Okay. So Spinch would ask, um, does he think or would Ilmater still like him if Spinch turned into a vampire? Is the first one. And
Yes,
then the
you feel like a warmth and like a hug and an
oh,
acceptance.
that's very nice. Spinch asks, should he turn into a vampire? Because he wants to help his friends and be stronger with his friends more.
You feel um you feel like a maybe.
Mm,
Like not yes or no, like just no strict either way.
hmm And for his third question, he will ask, let's see, I can't think of anything right now.
Okay.
So I think I'd like to table this last question.
Yeah,
Um, but I think Spinch got what he wanted
cool.
from that. He'll say thank you.
You feel the warmth again.
Nice.
And then
Um,
Milius just asks the room, are we ready to move on?
I think so. Thank you, Maluth.
Mm-hmm.
He will take you all to a room stacked full of boxes and say, this is where we keep some of our supplies for the soup kitchen. There are some things here. This is the stuff that we freely give out.
Mm-hmm. Where do you get the
See,
rest of it from?
we have fully explored all of the tunnels and have found food across all the various inns and restaurants through their cellars and have brought them here.
Might insight check that to make sure that he's not like doing something else weird, I guess.
Yeah.
To grit the food.
Mm-hmm.
Is it norm? Like, is it right that the maze connects to every single building, like the cellar of every single building and like every single restaurant? Or I guess it could just bring them different places and they can.
Make an investigation check.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
As you're like trying to think through
Disadvantage because I
logically.
am exhausted.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
Aw. Yeah, you're not sure. You're not familiar with Elturel.
That checks out. Sure, that's fine.
And then you don't feel any deception here. You're up to make any choice you can about him, but you don't. see
Maluth,
anything bad. Yeah.
what do you think is going to happen when you run out of food?
There are some spells that some of us can cast to create food. We've been using it to supplement our supplies. We expect will be good for a few more what do they call months in this world? Months.
Months are good.
Yeah. Before we run out. Or we can't supply enough for everyone. The bigger concern is surviving them devils. Our defenses aren't the greatest here. It's open area.
Maluth, were you a Hell Rider before?
Yes.
And did you serve with Kea then?
Yes. Yes, I did. Old combat friends. Spinch, is Achaea bad? You get give me a religion check to see how, because they want to give you more than yes or no. Okay. You get he has done bad things. But doing bad things doesn't make you a bad person. He's misguided. But right now he is not bad.
Thank you.
Yep. Sorry to interrupt you there.
Another, just kind of a question. Was she a part of the coup?
No, Layla was his most recent turn. She was turned
Oh,
after El Terrell fell.
that is Layla. Okay. Thank you. That was explained
Is
before.
that why she gets
I thought
the big
yep.
special chair? Because she's the most recent?
She gets the big special chair because she's
No, you're among friends here. You can use the words.
Give me a persuasion check.
Okay. No, the 19 doesn't count. There's only the 4.
That is, you should ask Achaea.
It's probably one of those birds in the bird situation. I just lean over and talk to Spinch.
Finch will nod in understanding.
And other than that, we just have this kind of open area where sometimes we discuss sending out patrols, where we've covered things, hold meetings to discuss findings during our patrols. And that's it.
Spinch will ask Maluth, totally off topic. Asks him if he can taste food still.
Oh. Yes, I can. I can taste it. And we can eat it. It just doesn't fill us. Like, we stay hungry.
Do you poop?
Yes, we poop. I don't know how else it would be solved, so, yep. We poop. Everybody poops.
Canon. even if you're a vampire, you
Mhm.
gotta go, you gotta go.
Mm-hmm.
I'll show you
I'm sorry. I'm
the part of
sorry.
the
I'm
caves that
tired.
leads to a big hole of poop.
Yeah.
I'm
A
sorry. I'm
lot of
very
poop
tired.
holes.
Yeah.
Very. Oh, it's nice that you have two different sides. You have the male poop hole and the female poop hole.
Yeah.
All right, excellent.
Does it?
Yep.
Did you dig it all the way out?
Privacy.
Does it just drop into the sticks?
I mean,
Yes,
that's kind of where
absolutely.
it. I feel like does that? Can we like? Do we look down? Does it just go straight down on those holes?
Yeah. Give me a perception check to see. There's a little bit of like a curvature to it. It's not. It's
Man,
like
I'm
hand
not rolling
carved.
well today.
No.
11.
Yeah, it just seems really dark. You can't tell.
Okay. Should we? I turned to maybe Pavel as we're going through and be like, should we maybe ask how do we get down from them?
I don't think they. No, I mean we can ask. And Pavel sort of unthinkingly says, "I mean, we have a way down.
Oh,
Grace
yeah,
gave it
yeah,
to
the
us, but
gliders, right?
yeah, yeah. Maluth, how do you go down ever? Do you want to go down? How do you go down?
I don't want to go down. However, we've seen devils climbing the chains. We assume you could go down that way.
I feel like I've heard that before.
Well, it is true,
Oh.
so. Are
Was
you
that your
okay?
question, Vin? No, I'm pretty good. I'm good.
Okay. Well, if you're all ready to go, we can do the ring one at a time. Get you back out of here.
As we come back, I want to, again, I guess at disadvantage, try an Arcana check,
Mm-hmm.
and looking at the place where this zone is.
Mm-hmm.
Can I think of any way to like undo it? Like,
Yeah.
if I had dispel magic, would that work? And is there a way to undo it that isn't dispel magic? Because I don't have dispel magic. Uh, okay,
All
go.
right. Yeah. Dispel magic would work, but you would need to cast it at a high level. It seems to be higher level than the default that dispel can cast. And other ways would be, would have to be through Ikea to get him to convince him to otherwise drop the enchantment or the abjuration or the ring,
Yep.
or to be undead.
Yep. Okay. Thank you.
Yep. All right. He leads you back
Well,
up,
now,
and you are back in the market area. And uh, he asks if that is all you wanted of the tour, or if you're all good.
can I ask Maluth uh, how many days it takes before he gets really hungry for blood?
Um, yes. He will get hungry after 1 day. And it will make him not as good in combat if he hasn't
Mm,
had blood that day.
mhm.
And then, but he can survive a long time without blood. It just makes him even more. It's essentially the forms of exhaustion.
Right.
Yeah, for each day that he goes without it.
How much blood does he need to drink?
Not a lot. Just like, ooh, I'm not very good at how much blood we can give. About the same as like a potion bottle, we'll say. Like a potion bottle of blood.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Spinch will ask Maluth if Maluth can accompany Spinch to talk to Achaea with.
Well, sure, absolutely. Anything from my new friend Spinch.
We are best friends. He will give Maluth a hug.
He hasn't had a hug in a long time. He gives you a nice bear hug.
Oh my gosh, Spinch doesn't let go. He will absolutely lean into it.
Mm-hmm. You just see two big half-orc men
It's
hugging it out.
just really, really enjoying a good hug.
Yep. Yeah, and then he takes you up to see Achaia. You're able to skip the line with Maluth, essentially. You
Oh,
wait
very
just for
cool.
him to finish his current conversation with which appears to be a halfling who is asking for him to send a patrol over to his neighbor's house or something like that. And Achaia agrees, and then the halfling leaves and motions for you two to approach.
Spinch will say, "Hello, my name is Spinch. I think you know this, but just saying again, in case you are friends with my good friend Pavel and my very good friend Maluth." Uh, and Spinch will continue to say, "I want you to turn me into a full vampire, please."
Ah, many have approached me to ask the same. However, that right is reserved to those I trust the most. I can.
But you trust Maluth very much, and Maluth trusts me very much. And I trust Maluth very much. There is lots of trust.
Give me a persuasion.
um, oh my gosh, okay. I am going to, what's it called?
Inspiration? Oh, okay, nice.
Emissary of Peace.
Do
Emissary of
it.
Peace. Persuasion. Spinch wants to help his friends.
Nice. He will say, I could make you a spawn and you could prove yourself.
Prove myself. Spinch will ask.
That's as this is happening. There's some thoughts running through Pavel's head, specifically to do with his religion check yesterday, with knowing that Shar does not like it when uh, other vampires expand their brood that aren't
Mm-hmm.
aligned with her.
Yep.
So he's like he can't really do a lot, but he's gonna be like, I don't think this is right. Oh, I don't know. Can I? I'm sorry. Can I? Pavel wants to try to have a religious moment.
Okay.
Pavel
With
wants to
Shar.
figure out if this thing that Spinch is asking for
Mm-hmm.
is it at all like revolting to him.
Yeah.
What they're talking about was described as like an abomination, and Pavel doesn't know how he feels about it, and he wants to know if it's revolting.
Yeah. Yeah, give me a religion.
At disadvantage.
Tired
Okay.
religion.
Oh boy.
Your mind is a little foggy. Let's
Uh-huh.
see. Mm-hmm. You do remember them saying it was abomination. You remember them saying these things. You don't know if you fully agree, or if that's truly the word of Shar. But you know that
I
her
mean,
followers feel that way.
oh, I don't know. Char's vampires like special, holy, righteous vampires, or are they just vampires that hate other vampires? I don't know. And I sort of trail off,
Vampires.
and I just sort of like trail off and thinking to myself and
Mm-hmm.
disengage from the conversation. Sorry for interrupting.
Achaia will answer, proving our mission here to find safe haven for vampires once El Terrell is back.
What if so I am very good friends with people in High Hall, and I know you are trying to be friends with them. So what if I make sure that you guys are friends together?
Yes, that would be very helpful. If
And
you
then you
do
will make me a
this,
full vampire?
there is something I want. If you can get the leaders of El Terrell to agree, then I will make you a full vampire. Until then, I can only make you a spawn.
You agree to what?
Yeah. So-
Oh no. Is everyone
No.
Oh, I'm
okay? I
here.
can hear
Sorry, I
you.
had to I had to look something up. All right. All right. So
Okay.
his he has like a contract that he wants the leaders to sign. Um and he if El Terrell returns to the material plane, he wants 100,000 gold and a manor and a dukeship.
That is that is
Uh,
quite quite a demand.
Mhm.
Oh my
If you can get
god.
that for him,
Hey,
he will
challenge.
make you full vampire. But he agrees to make you a spawn because he sees that you are strong and as a friend of Maloof.
May I look at that contract?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna read it, and I just want to figure out. I've talked to him a little bit
Mm-hmm.
and heard from him. Does this sound like his voice, or does this sound like Layla's voice in this contract?
Good question.
Ooh,
Yeah,
yeah, great.
insight or investigation?
Okay, disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
There we
Oh,
go.
pretty good. Yeah. You can tell that this is his voice. He is tired of the fight and just wants peace and just wants to be somewhere where he can be free and his spawn can be free. And
What does a dukeship entitle him to? Like power?
yeah, so he could have land, he can have servants, he can have um, say in some politicking. So if say kind of like if he has there's some new law that they want to come to fruition, he has say, and like if that law it happens, he gets to vote essentially into that. um so yeah, it's a little bit of power. It's not enough that he has like full reign over anything. There's still checks and balances. But he would be able to influence some of the laws that come to happen.
Um, Spinch will look to Pavel and say, please take a look at this and tell me if anything is weird. But, and he will turn to Ikea and say, I do not know if I can totally do that. So, is there something else that could turn me into a full vampire, or is that the only?
If you can, the other thing is if you can destroy the companion so it can never hurt another vampire.
Oh boy, you want me to destroy the sun?
Yep.
Hmm. So I guess no one has been turned into a full vampire by you?
Just my wife.
Hmm. Do you want
Well,
me
that's
as
why
your
she keeps
wife?
the special care. Mm.
No, you will not serve as my wife. If you became a full
Okay.
vampire, you would be fully free to do as you please.
Yes,
Mm.
that is what I want. Okay. I will see what I can do. Thank you for your time, Mr. Eventual day.
I could make you a spawn. You will gain some power that'll help you.
But if I am a spawn, then I have to listen to you, right?
Is that so bad? Our goals
Yes,
seem
because I
aligned.
only listen to my friends.
Aw. Then we could be friends.
Oh, yes, you can be my friend. But these are my special friends, and he will do everyone in the group.
Mm-hmm.
I have to listen to them more than I listen to my other friends. And if I let you turn me into a spawn, then I have to listen to you more than I listen to them. So I do not think I can do that.
Well, the offer remains on the table.
Okay. Thank you, Mr.
Yeah.
Akea.
Takes the contract back and says, when you're ready, or actually he would have a copy, so he'd say you keep the copy of the contract, but it's unsigned
Right,
by
yeah.
anyone. Just yeah.
But
So,
but I could take this, and if someone signs this, then I can bring it to him.
yep.
Does the contract specify who the signatories need to be?
It would have to be the High Overseer or High Watcher of Elturel.
And there isn't one of those.
Not yet.
Wait, who was at High? I thought there was someone who was
Duke
Duke
Ravengard from
Ravengard.
who's a member of the Flaming Fist
Oh,
from Baldur's Gate. Yeah.
Yeah, you could get a leadership of Baldur's Gate to also give him these things, so he would have freedom in Baldur's Gate instead of Elturel. That could work.
oh, okay. He's not paid. All right.
Nope.
He just wants someplace
Yep.
safe and a cushy life because he suffered.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll take the copy, and if my friends are following along with me, I'll ask them, did I do good? Like at seeking approval for negotiations.
You want to recap since Tamila just joined? And then
Ah,
she
yes.
can
Yes,
respond.
please. I want to know what's happening.
Big decisions.
Yeah. So we made it down into the we kept talking to Molith a lot and asked more questions kind of and figured out what his role is and where he is. Turns out Molith is someone who was like a member of the Hell Riders and like good friends with Ikea before he got turned and ended up becoming one of the first people that Ikea did turn, and they've kind of butted heads since then, and that's why Mollis is maybe still a spawn, even though he's one of the oldest friends. But Molith was turned, and he does seem to really be aligned with Ilmater for realsies, and you got
For
we
realsies.
we got Spinch at one point to do like a communication with Ilmater and asked about Molith, and is going well. We gave blood, so Tamila did. I don't know if Tamila is exhausted. Pavel did. Pavel is exhausted. One level of exhaustion.
Tamila, can you roll me a con save?
Con save.
Yep.
I was gonna ask, did my cat give blood from Molith?
We couldn't remember if you wanted that or not. If he would have asked.
I had in my notes that I was going to cast Speak with Animals with Shadow to see if she was cool with it.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. Give me
she
an animal
was,
handling.
Okay, let's see. So first things first. Con save for
Yes.
me.
Mm-hmm. You are one level of exhaustion from giving blood.
Then exhaustion level. There it is. One up. Okay, and then I'm going to use my Speak with Animals. So I'm going to take that off. Wherever it is, it's somewhere on my character sheet. There it is. Very first thing. Okay, and then I'm going to talk to Shadow, and you just want me to just roll an animal handling check?
Yep, you can roleplay it too. But...
I will. Well, no, I'm coming in late, Deb.
Okay.
I will use my inspiration for
Nice.
that.
Nice. That is
13.
enough. It's pretty low DC because you guys have such a bond. She agrees after you do it to make sure that it's safe. And then she will do it. Can you roll a con save for her?
Absolutely. How did we end up doing it? Like, did we like bleed into like a vial, or did like someone actually bite us?
So he sticks one
We
tooth
yep.
in to your wrist. For Shadow, it'd be like behind the knee. And then there's like a little like needle and a tube that he sticks in after his tooth that feeds the blood into a vial. So yeah, she also has 1 level of exhaustion.
Okay.
He also
I might just have to remember that for her. I don't know how to mark that on our sheet or anything.
That's all right. Also, I'm not sure
Oh,
if you had a chance to
Spinch
level
roll.
up.
Ooh, I
Oh,
did
that's
not
right.
level up.
Mm-hmm.
We're at 6,
Just
right?
Yeah,
Yep.
for
we're at
6.
Okay.
6 now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll
That would have been
do that
before.
as. Yeah. No worries. I will figure that out
No
as we
worries.
play.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, go on
Well,
ahead,
Spinch will
Pavel.
give 1 lay of hands to
Oh yeah, to Shadow.
Shadow.
Yeah, because it's
Yeah.
also each one was taken 1 hit point, but Spinch healed them all back up. So.
Oh, beautiful.
He gives Shadow a very nice big kitty hug.
Continue the recap, please.
Yes, thank you.
So Spinch helped secure us a tour of the sort of the underground installation. Thank you, not Spinch, Vin.
Ben, yep.
Thank you, Vin. And Malith took us around and first took us to this area in the back of the map with the red-headed woman who is sitting on a. It's a throne. It was called a stone chair. It's a throne. um,
Yep.
and this is Layla, who we were told about last session, who is the most recent person who was turned by Achaea. And she said that she was his most. We introduced ourselves, kind of asked who she was and what she's about. She was kind of nice enough to answer our questions. She says that she is Achaea's most trusted companion, and that it was her idea to set up this sort of the soup kitchen, and she really like painted this picture with her tone and her word choice that Achaea is kind of like this front person who is up there doing the things, sitting on his throne, sort of running the operation from the face, but she's like back here underground doing the like the real work and politicking and handling everything else. And I don't think we really have a grasp of what everything else is. I think she was probably not giving us a full picture of what her plans are. But definitely politic was one of the things that she said that she does. So there's definitely still some, at least from her, some desire to take control. I think that's speculation. Anyway, we made our way back down into this sort of this lower right area, where there are some prisoners, including 3 vampire spawn that apparently when Achaea gave the order to, only accept donations, to like not hunt, these 3 did not follow those orders, and so they've been put in cages, and it seems like they're being starved because they were very grabby. And then there were 2 humans here. One of them was just kind of a shady guy who apparently killed a kid and said, "I thought it was a fiend," and we don't really know. But the other person here was mute and is older man. And Pavel detected thoughts and had a conversation with him that way because his tongue has been cut out. We we learned that, and he gave Pavel some images, some memories of Layla as a child, and her mother, and then Layla being older and watching her mother be beat by a man, this man, when he was younger, and eventually up to Layla taking out his tongue and throwing him in jail, and so he's kind of a bad guy who beat his wife, but we also kind of got from him that Layla was as like a child, like a psychopath, like hurting
Mm.
animals and tormenting things, and he did not approve of her in that regard, and he he made it very clear with an image of a stake. Meanwhile, while this was happening, Ben was whittling his wood, and she basically, that sort of inspired the image of staking uh staking Layla. I'm sorry, Vin, I had to get revenge for your recap.
No, that's fine.
You get the impression that this is her father?
This is her father, yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't make that clear. We asked that and that got confirmed. And I did ask him what he thought her plans might be, and he gave me images of her like killing officials and kind of more of like the Red Coup, the thing that Ike was doing so many years ago. And then that was just about it. We heard it. We saw where their stores were held. Figured out that vampires do poop, and they have holes in the maze that go all the way through, and they just poop directly, and it falls into the sticks. But then we went topside, and Spinch wanted to ask Kea, because Spinch asked some questions to Ilmater, one about Maluth, but one like about whether it would be okay for him to become a vampire, and Ilmater seemed cool with that. I don't remember what his third question was.
I just posted it in our Discord.
Oh, it's Ikea bad, yeah. But then we went topside, and Spinch asked to be made a vampire, and we got this sort of this roundabout that Ikea wouldn't make him a true vampire unless he did something for him, which was to get a leader, either of El Terrell, the High Seer, or the High Watcher, which doesn't currently exist, but we found out, we figured would also be okay to get Ravengard, a Duke of Baldur's Gate, to sort of sign this contract that gives him a dukeship, manor, and a bunch of gold. And reading the contract, we sort of we kind of figured that Ikea really does seem tired, and that he's kind of tired of fighting and wants to stop, and is okay with not being the supreme ruler if he can just be a minor ruler. Yeah.
The other thing
Okay.
Spinch could do is destroy the companion so it can never harm a vampire again.
So he wants Spinch, a
Yes,
half
Spinch.
orc,
Yes.
to destroy the sun.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then so we're like to the point where we just finished discussion with Ikea, and Spinch is turning to you guys, asking if he did good in negotiations.
Sounds like you did so good.
You learned some new things that we didn't know, and I am happy that you did not become a spawn.
Yes, because then I would have to listen to him and not you guys. And I like to listen to you guys.
Especially because if you can get this signature and he makes you a vampire, you might just get to skip the whole spawn business. Just skip it.
Yes, except I have to ask, if I become a vampire, that means that I will be stronger to protect you all. But would you guys donate blood to me?
Ooh, no. But you know what? Maybe instead of that, I also think, here's my concerns. Concern number one, the sun. I like the sun. I think you probably like the sun.
The sun is okay.
No more sun. No more sun if you do this. Second thing, I think our food is going to get considerably more rare if you do this. That's my concern. Anybody else has that concern?
Our food?
Or like the food he conjures, like
Yes.
Spinch's food making
I mean,
abilities will
this
somehow be
is
hampered.
this is
Yes.
this
I
is
think I
this is
think
a
I
good
think
point.
I think his palate will change.
I
Oh, no, I asked
agree.
Maluth about this. He said he still tastes food exactly the same. So I can still be a very good cook.
Well, I'm worried. I've been thinking about this. I'm worried that undeath sort of changes you and twists you around and makes you something a little bit different from what you were before. I mean, look at
But Ilmater told me. I asked him that if he would still like me, and he said yes.
that's not necessarily the same thing.
Yes, it is.
Look
Because
at Achaea. Achaea is tired after 100 years of undeath and wanting to settle down. But before that, he went from being a warrior, serving El Terrell, I assume his ambition within the Hell Riders, to wanting to take over the city and going to extreme lengths to do it. Look at Gideon. We don't know what's up with him. He seems like he might be a little bit undead. And he's gone crazy to an extreme ideology on his own. I mean, these are big
Maluth has
examples.
not.
Are you going? Well, do we know that? I don't know that we kind of know
Yes,
that.
we do know that. He is very truthful, and I believe him when he says that he was always Ilmater's servant, and he tried to convince Achaea not to be bad. I trust him very much. He is a very good friend. Also, Ilmater, I asked him if I should turn into a vampire to protect you guys, and he said maybe. And I think a maybe means to me. Oh, by the way, he also answered if Achaea is bad, and he said, Ilmater said Achaea is not bad right now, but in the past he did bad things. But doing bad things does not make you a bad.
Yeah, bad
I
person.
I also learned some things that I should share.
I'm gonna assume you guys have like
Yeah.
found a quiet place and safe place in the market.
Yes.
No one,
Yeah.
no one's
Oh
around.
yeah,
Away from
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
we should
make these
actually
accusations
should-
again.
we should leave the market before I tell you what I have to say. We really don't want to not do
Maybe
this here
are
at
we
all.
going? Where are we going
Oh,
from the
I wanted
market?
to
Are
go
we
back
supposed
to High Hall because if you guys think you can volunteer your blood for me, then I want to be a vampire to be stronger for you. And then
Oh,
that would mean I need a signature.
Again, I'm not gonna give you any of my blood, Spinch.
That's okay.
It's a very nice thing that you're doing. I'm saying this in the nicest possible way. No. I give him a pat on the shoulder and like keep walking.
That's
Lulu
okay.
gets on your shoulder and says, "I'd help you, Spinch, but only if you took a
Oh,
little like
thank you.
Maloof did."
Yes, I would only take the littlest amount that I.
Then I would help you because I believe in you and you're gonna protect us, just like I
Thank
protected
you.
Zariel.
Yes, we are both protectors, and we will try to do the best that we can.
And we're gonna kill all the devils.
Yeah.
She toots her little
Yes.
trumpet. Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like I do not protect you guys enough.
Some of us don't even need protecting. It's okay.
Yes, you, Vin, are very strong.
Oh. Flex, and I have like almost no muscles, but lots of definition.
I need to talk to. Obviously, I need to go back to the temple and report, but I need to to ask about this as well. I don't know if I can help you, Spinch. I don't know.
Okay. He looks towards Tamila. Oh, and Shadow.
So, specifically about whether or not I'd let you have blood. Is that what you're asking, Spinch?
Yeah.
Or, I mean, sure. I'm a little tired right now, Spinch. I kind of took a lot out just to give a little bit. But if this is something important to you, I'll do what I can to support you, and I'll give you a little bit of blood.
That's very nice. Thank you. Yes, both of you look very tired. Oh wait, all three of you look very tired. Did my hugs not make you feel better?
They did, but that won't. That doesn't cure everything, and this just needs a nap.
Hmm.
Long nap.
Lulu's like, I'm great. She rolled a nat 20.
Oh, okay, so it is just the two of them.
Yeah. Well, Shadow got tired too, so.
Oh, Shadow was tired
Yep.
too. Okay.
The soup kitchen seems pretty busy. They call you over and ask you if you want to get some food before you go.
Are we hungry? I feel like we ate recently, or am I just imagining that?
I mean, we need to eat today at some point, right?
Well, Spinch has been making us good food, and Pavel will eat
Yeah.
anything, so
Yeah.
Yes, but Pavel shouldn't eat anything.
Pavel just scoops up some bread.
Pavel should
I
definitely eat the food that Spinch cooks.
Yeah, I meant that in terms of we can't trust Pavel to whether or not the group is hungry.
Yeah, we can grab some food. I think we'll partake. It'll probably help.
Well, but shouldn't we leave it for like the people that need it and can't get food otherwise?
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah. We'll just eat some things that Spinch has. I'm sure Spinch has like meats and breads. Yep, he still has lots of cheese and bread and sausage. Oh no. For everyone. I'm gonna mark off food. Oh my god, I have a full wheel of cheddar cheese. Okay, we'll say I have half a wheel now.
Did Spinch specifically want to go back to High Hall because he thinks there's someone there that could potentially help, like with this contract thing? Is that why you wanted to go back? Was there another reason to go back?
Raven Guard is
No,
there?
that was the only reason. But that's why he wanted to talk to you guys, because if you guys don't think it's a good idea to turn, then he won't. Because he's only trying to do this for the group.
Tamila's very neutral, but also, is there a person at High Hall that could do this? I feel like there isn't a. We established there is not a person in El Terrell that's currently.
Raven Guard could do it and give him a dukeship in Baldur's Gate.
Baldur's
He would be okay.
There's an open position. You guys killed a duke.
We did. That position probably
There's
getting
two
close to
open
being
positions.
filled, right?
I thought Raven Guard was getting replaced as a duke in Baldur's Gate too. Like I don't know if his dukeship will hold.
Dukes are influx there.
But we discovered vampires poop. That's what's important, right?
Yeah.
I do want to go back to High Hall as well before reaching the temples. I think we have to. Or do we not have to? Can we just go through or around? Can we go up? I want to talk to Varaya.
Yeah, you could go this way, Torm's Reach.
And I want to
get to
look
temples.
at the Encyclopedia Esoterica.
Well, do you want to go to the Temple of Ilmater and rest and go to. Where do you want to look at the encyclopedias? Are they at High Hall or are they at the temples?
They're at High Hall.
Gotcha.
Them with Grace and Wilbear.
So I think I also have like things at High Hall that need like another day. So if you wanted to go to the temples first and then to High Hall, that might be better.
I would like to rest because I am exhausted.
Mhm.
Just look at
There's
Spinch.
some people I would like to talk to.
Here? You want to rest here and talk to people
No,
here?
no, not here. I have things to say to you all when we leave. I'm ready to go. The Temple of Ilmater seems like a great place to go.
Yeah, nice neutral place. That's
Yay! Sponge is very excited and will lead the way.
All right. Stealthing or just heading there?
can I
Yeah.
pull the group out? I got this pair of boots that I don't need anymore
Oh yeah.
because I leveled up. Um,
Oh,
would
do you not
anyone
need
like
them? Because your wet sandwich was very good.
Oh no, you didn't
my what
explain that.
sandwich?
God.
Wait, go back. What did I hear? A wet sandwich?
Yes. This was part of a conversation. You'll find out. It's actually far better if you just listen back to it later.
We're just gonna listen
Yep.
back to it later.
Yep.
Okay, well, at the risk of digging myself in a deeper hole, I do have these boots. I don't need anymore. If
Okay.
anyone would like
What do
them,
they do?
they let you dash as a bonus action.
Ooh.
I can sort of already do that. If somebody else, if no one else really wants them, I'll take them because I can do it for free then. But otherwise, one of you guys can take it.
I can not have to prepare expeditious retreat anymore if I had those boots.
Yeah.
Who
Would you
runs
like
them
me?
out? Spinch does not. Not. Like, who
Spinach
used
does
to
not
run?
want them, or
I feel like no.
Yeah,
Spinch,
yeah. Spinch
Spinch
doesn't
probably
run.
needs them,
No.
right? To
Why?
be able to because you're a melee person, you need to be able to
To
get
get
to the
in
front
quick.
line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The beginning of fight, running
Oh.
into battle.
You could keep up with
Oh.
Vin a little bit better,
Mhm.
You're
and
right,
you also
actually.
use your
Never
bonus
mind.
action a lot less than I do,
Yeah, and
especially with your shields now.
I've got bonus action spells I can cast. And I've got expeditious retreat, so I don't need them.
Okay,
Mhm.
guys, you're smarter. Yes, Spinch will want them.
okay, I will give them to Spinch. They let me check and see
Thank.
how many charges they have left today. If it matters, I'm not sure it does. They have all 4 of their charges today. So. Fully charged
Okay,
boots to Spinch.
and these need to be whatever you call it, I forget right now. Like bonded,
It
attuned.
does not.
Thank you.
It does not say in what I wrote down, but it's possible I just didn't copy that down.
I'll Google it real quick.
What are they called again?
Boots of the other paths.
So I'm gonna now that we're out of the city, I'm sorry, out of Shara's Market, I'm gonna turn to Spinch and I'm gonna tell him I getting Kea a Duke ship while Layla is his spawn and his most trusted spawn. I don't think that's a good idea. I learned some things about her from her father, who was that man without a tongue. And Kea may not have a stomach for slaughter anymore. But I think she's just getting started.
Oh, what? Wait. So when you were staring at that man, you were talking with him?
Yes, I was asking him questions. He was answering. I was reading his thoughts. He was showing me images and things.
Spinch will just insight check, pal. I, as a player, Spinch, just 11.
Yeah. Pavel seems earnest.
Then I will not come up fire, and He will not become a duke.
We might be staking her. So, I don't know.
Oh.
I'm going to report back to the Night Mother. And I don't think that the Night Mother will like Layla.
So if we stake her, though, won't Achaia be mad?
Probably yes.
Doesn't that mean that our friends will be in danger?
But
Because we are trying to make them friends with Achaia.
Maybe not. Maybe Achaia would be happy to lose, or not care about losing Layla, if he got his wife.
She did call herself a trusted companion. Do you think there's some rivalry there for his affections?
They have definitely made out. Layla's father saw them making out and showed me, I think, or he imagined it. One of the two.
Okay, so back
It was
back
either
to
a
that.
memory or an imagining, but yeah, they are. They're a companion. Doesn't mean advisor.
Romantic.
Doesn't mean viceroy. Yes, romantic.
Romantic, yeah. So, are you going to tell the Night Mother?
Of course. This is my charge. I'm going to tell her about Layla and what I learned from his father. There's something sinister behind Achaia. That's what I was charged to find. That's a good thing that we needed to find. And I'm going to report it to the Night Mother.
Okay, then.
So are we going to the temple now?
Yeah, I think we're on our way to the... Yeah, it'll matter.
Yeah, I was hoping we are not still in the market having this conversation. Yeah.
No. I thought we were already at Ilmater. Well, I was asking to Shar.
Well, I need to... I need to talk to some people, and I kind of want to go to High Hall before we go to the temples.
High Hall.
Because I'm having kind of the same dilemma that you are, Spinch. I think that the Night Mother offered to make me a vampire, and I don't know if I should do it. But
that would be so cool if we could be vampires together.
I mean, you definitely have sort of quelled some of my problems. But I still... I mean, I want to know if you and me are vampires together, is that going to be okay with the temple and with the religion? Because I don't think that Shar vampires are okay with other vampires. I mean, I don't know if I'm not okay with other vampires, but I need to find out if that's going to be. And
is there such a thing where Shar specifically doesn't like other vampires? Maybe you could be a Shar vampire.
Well, and that's the other thing is I don't know.
Oh, but you should not be a Shar vampire. You should not be real Shar. I forgot.
I don't know that I need to be a vampire to succeed down.
Yes, you were very smart.
So
you have magic.
When I decided to turn to Shar to use the Shadow Weave, she's the reason why I have magic. That was my decision. It's a decision that I own. That was the right decision to make. It's proven at Shield Hall. But it was a decision made in desperation on the eve of our descent. Becoming a vampire is not a decision that I need to make out of desperation. I think it's a question of whether I want to bring myself further into her fold.
You do not.
Why not? I don't know. Why not?
Oh, because Shar become very twisted, no matter. And she is consumed with something. I do not remember. But remember we had this talk.
I don't know that. I, I don't know that I trust Ilmatter as an authority on this subject.
Spinch is shocked. Spinch audibly gasps. We are in his house. How can you say that to him?
Well, I'm going to
Or
say something
about him?
similar to the Night Mother.
Yes, because she cannot be trusted. She has become twisted.
The Night Mother has become twisted. They have been nothing but kind to us.
Oh wait, I don't know about the no. I meant Shar. Shar is twisted. My brain is twisted now.
Listen, you have said this, and Faria had her concerns, and Gideon had his opinions. But they're all so simple and straight. And Shar, I don't know much about Shar. I know what I've read, and I know that when I had a conversation with her, she was open and wanting to protect me and accepting of me. I know that she's a Trinity. So a single opinion about her, a single understanding of her cannot be complete.
But it comes from no matter who is a god.
So
Oh, he must be right.
I don't think so.
Well, I do not know how to explain to you. Maybe I will ask Ilmater if he can just talk to you directly.
Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna make progress here.
Talking to the
I
paladin.
will try. I will try. I will try to talk to Ilmater and ask him to visit you like he visits me.
Right. Being in his temple, you can make any check with advantage.
Amazing. I definitely want to ask him to visit Pavel and explain to him.
Give me a religion.
Okay, with advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, how terrible.
You feel a sense that like a coldness, like it's not possible.
Mm.
Doesn't Spinch have a new thing with the helmet since he's so bad at religion checks?
He used it to, and
Yeah,
you can see in
I did use
Discord
it.
the 3 questions he asked about becoming a vampire and
Gotcha.
Ilmater's thoughts. Yeah.
Yeah. And this one was less of a question and more of a request from Spinch
A
anyway.
request. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's good. Spinch will come out of his prayer slash meditation and just kind of look sadly Pavel. uh, Spinch will resign a response from and groups don't to do next.
Yeah. Which you guys want to head to the High Hall? Oh, sorry. Do you want to take a break? We can take a 10-minute.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
be good.
All right. Sorry. Yeah. Let's meet at the hour mark.
Awesome.
Sounds good.
Sounds great.
we're back. Okay, so you are still at the Temple of Ilmater.
There was something else I wanted to raise with the three of you. I think we need to start thinking about making peace with the Hell Knights and the cult of Zerial.
They haven't been very open and receptive to us, not dying and joining their ranks. And by us, I specifically mean and Vin.
Yeah, I know. And their goal is to kill you. But I think, just Zerial brought El Terrell into Avernus to create an army. I think that seems to be what we're here for. And an army is a means to an end. I don't know what her goals are, but the returns on this project are diminishing, and at the same time, her liabilities are worsening. Her attack on Shield Hall was thwarted, Hell Knights are being killed in the streets, portals to the Abyss and Far Realms have opened, creating new fronts for her to manage. I think
Okay.
that
So let me put forth a theory too. I think that Zariel's being used. I don't think she knows what she's doing. I don't think that it makes sense to bring the city here. I think someone else is pulling her strings to use her for some other purpose.
Why do you think that?
Like the whole. Okay, it's just a hunch. It's just a hunch. But things don't make sense, right? Like the things that what Gideon was saying about what Zeriel wants is just so different from the goals beforehand, right? Like Zariel, things just don't align, and I think that her memory is messed up in the same way that Lulu's is. I think that she's forgotten who she is. I think that someone wants to make her out to be a pawn. I think some other greater force in hell is manipulating her.
Yes,
I mean,
I do
yeah.
think she lost her memory. I saw what you saw, Tamila, I think, in that dream. Finch will say.
Yeah.
Even
I think that
so,
I think we're being played to find a magical sword that someone else wants.
It can happen.
even so, her reasons, her goals, we don't know. Is she being controlled? We don't know. I think that this project is beginning to fail, and that creates an opportunity for striking a deal. And if we run into Hell Knights, we can tell them, do you want to lose 5 to not gain 2?
I mean, we can try talking. I'd be up for learning more, but what are you going to ask them? You want audience? Is that the goal?
The goal. It would be hopeful. I mean, I don't know. Maybe we can make a deal. Maybe we can get an audience with Zariel and make a deal to get El Terrell put back. Right? I don't know what that deal is. We probably have to give something up to do it. But I think a deal is possible. And so yeah, if we can, I don't know, maybe we try to figure out where they're headquartered in the city, the cult. Start.
Okay. I mean, we can You're thinking like following a Hell Knight, like go find a Hell Knight and follow them?
I mean, I think we just honestly, I think if we run into Hell Knights, we just say, "Hey, you don't have
You
to
wanna
fight
talk?
us. We don't have to kill." You know, maybe we just try to get out of it and ask questions and talk instead of going right into a fight. And I
I'm okay
mean,
with
if we run
talking.
into Hell Knights that are killing people, like we did earlier today, like sure we could just kill them. It's fine. But if we make it to the bridges and there's Hell Knights there, maybe we talk to them.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that. We can talk. I mean, what's worst can happen? We don't learn anything new. We can talk.
We kill Hell Knights. Yeah.
Yeah. As a backup plan, though, does someone refresh my memory? How does the thing in the middle of the bridge work?
Yeah, that
I think
was a religion check, I believe.
Like someone has to make a religion check in the middle of combat in order to potentially activate it?
Yeah. Let me pull it up.
Well, you
Yeah,
be good at religion?
I think last time Spinch heard from Torm or like got a spidey sense, and then he made a religion check that I don't even know if he made a religion check. I think he maybe no, maybe he did.
Yeah, it's a religion check as an action. Will activate runes on the bridge for 1 minute.
Mhm. But I think after that first time, Spinch knew that he and Torm were good. Like in the sense that Torm accepted Spinch as someone who could call upon the bridge. Because I think only some people can. Correct me if I'm wrong, DM.
Yeah, only essentially good aligned clerics or paladins.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well,
Yep.
I don't pretend to have the same favor with Torm or the gods as you do, but I do know a little bit about religion. I could potentially try to activate the
Oh, you have to be a
the
paladin or a
runes.
cleric. Sorry.
After you clarify.
Yep.
Never mind. Can't do that.
Spinch speaks up and says that he will be happy to activate it.
Sounds good. If we're in a fight and need to. Avril, maybe don't stand on the bridge when it happens, just in case.
Fair. That's fair.
Or you could as an experiment, but make sure it's on like the side of the bridge that we're trying to go to, and there's someone nearby that can pick you up in case you die.
I feel like we've already done that. Like I got repulsed by the helmet. I mean, I think it's fair.
This might be different.
Are you guys resting here, or are you gonna move on?
Does anyone benefit from a short rest or just a long rest?
I could
Just
benefit
long.
from a short.
I haven't taken any damage yet, so
Mine's a small benefit. It would just bring back my channel divinity, so not needed.
I can.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I can do a arcane recovery and get some spell slots back, but I have a lot of spell slots anyway.
Yeah, I just have the exhaustion to potentially get rid of. I'm good with going on if you all want to. And getting across the bridge and getting to the other peoples.
Let's do it.
Or getting to High Hall, which one or the other.
Okay. Are you stealthing or just going quickly?
In stealth, right?
yeah.
But do we need to? We can be.
I mean, we're
I
not
don't
gonna make it
know.
across the bridge even with stealth. I feel like, but that's
Yeah.
its own thing.
Maybe we give people hope and we proudly walk through the streets and show people that there's good people out here and not just devils.
I feel like that actually might be a good thing. Should we like run through the streets loudly and just collect all the baddies in one place and then I don't know.
I meant more of being like an inspiring vision for the people, but I guess we could do that too.
Sure.
All right.
Sure, we will walk. We'll rock proudly.
Okay.
Yeah, and I will stealth alongside of them as they
Give me
walk
your
proudly
stealth.
through the city to get just in case, so then
Mhm.
I don't get attacked immediately.
Mhm. Because you can go pretty quick with your monk
26.
moves.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I'm Vin's even faster now. That's the new thing.
Nice. Congrats. All right. So you get close to the bridge, and then you see like a squad of spine devils fly off from the bridge, and you see a devil remains with really big wings. Do you want to approach?
Well, have we seen this one before?
No, you have not.
Ooh, okay. I don't know. I have no way of getting in contact with any of them as they loudly approach. So
Mhm.
I'll just wait, I guess, and wait for them to take an action, I suppose.
Okay. You all proudly walk onto the bridge, and you see a devil with these giant leathery wings. Its back turned to you. Um, uh, pull out a long sword. That I'm sorry, it's not. It's a scythe. It's a big old golden scythe. And whip around towards you. Uh, Everyone, give me a perception check as this person is um a little bit away. Okay, okay, okay. Then you instantly recognize that this is Rhea.
Oh, good.
Oh
Mm,
man,
mm,
rough.
this is
Oh,
real
she's
rough.
Everyone
very
else,
cool
Man,
tonight, though.
I'm glad we're gonna
She looks
negotiate with the
so
Hell Knights
cool.
now.
She looks really
She
cool.
looks so
She
cool.
does, man. That is real cool. But you
everyone
were
else, you
negotiating with her,
see a
right,
cool,
guys?
very cool devil ahead of you, but you don't
Yeah,
recognize her right away.
so cool.
And she turns towards you all and begins to fly in your direction with the scythe drawn. I need you all to make. Hang on, let's put you on a map. I think you would be further to one side.
But I'd probably still be away from them in
Yeah,
some
you
way.
would be kind of like off the map, like however far
Okay.
back you would have been. Yeah. And then
We'll just
she would have approached to that far before I need you all to make a uh what's it called? Initiative.
Initiative.
Yes.
Oh, initiative. Okay.
Yeah.
I was looking for like a saving throw and I was like, "Oh
Yeah.
no.
No initiative.
Let's get out of
Start
the
with.
way of these
Yeah.
people."
Oof, we
Initiative's not
should have.
disadvantage on not an ability check, right?
I turned it on because I
think
think
it
I did,
is.
but then
Think it is.
it did not roll at disadvantage even though I toggled it on.
I don't think
I can
yeah.
roll a
That's
second
weird.
time.
That's fine.
I think it isn't. It does count because you get
You get jack of all trades on it.
jack of all trades. Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's an ability, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So yeah, it is ability. So go ahead and just roll again. Oh, did you already? Okay. So it's 10.
Mine's the 10.
Mine's
Okay.
the 10.
All right.
About
Which one of you
10?
has higher dex? Probably Tamila, right?
Tamila, I think. I don't know. I have a 2 modifier, 14.
10.17. And sorry, my dex is 3.
Okay. There you go. All right. That's fine. That'll work. Okay. Vin, you're up first. You're 20 feet off. Sorry.
20 feet off?
Yep.
Okay, I will run so 20 feet on, and then I'll run another 25 feet.
Okay.
So 10, 20. I can get right to there, right by Lulu. And I will just call out at this point, because I guess the plan is negotiations with the next person we see. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
just gonna call out and be like, "Hey, Rhea, how's it going? Nice scythe. That seems new." And I'll just take as in my action. I'm just gonna take the dodge action for right now.
Okay. Spinch never met Rhea.
Nope.
Mm-mm.
Just thinks it's a really cool devil.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thinking back on how useful Channel Divinity was last time on this bridge, we really should have done a short rest. so Spinch could have had it back, but he does not have it. So what he's gonna do is he's gonna move over here, and he is going to hold his action for a religion check to activate the bridge. If my companions start fighting and like we go into battle, but right now he's just holding his action. That ends his turn.
As she approaches, you see when she hears Vin, this scythe kind of lowers a bit. And as she gets this close, you all instantly, except for Spinch, recognize Rhea. But she has been changed. Piercing red eyes, large leather wings, small pointed horns, and a fearsome golden scythe. She approaches you and she lowers the scythe a bit more and says, Zariel needs more knights to fight in the Blood War. Vin, Tamila, join me. And she also just takes the dodge action because she isn't sure about Spinch and Lulu.
There. Oh no! I just realized I should have said something to Lulu. That's its own issue.
Lulu was there for
Lulu was
your
there.
your conversation of diplomacy first. I do have to roll her initiative though. Okay. All right. Tamila.
Mila is gonna say, yes, looking at Pavel. Like, yes, okay, we'll go with you. We'll all go with you. For sure. And she's going to take dodge. She's gonna stay back a little bit.
Okay.
She's dodging.
Pavel.
Wow. You look uh, metal. Wow. Sorry. We had a plan. Rhea, you're not going to turn Vin into Milla. We would like to make a deal with the Hell Knights, the cult of Zariel herself. I don't think things are going well in the city for your goals. You've gotten what you're going to get, and the longer that you keep El Terrell here, the more danger you'll find. The Abyss, Far Realms, there are new fronts in the city, and it should be sent away. And I'm going to take a step back.
Okay.
because if she wants to come after me, oh wait, she can fly. It doesn't matter. I'll just stay where I am. That's that.
All right.
Then I will roll something at disadvantage.
Yeah, either persuasion or intimidation.
I'm
depending
gonna
on-
roll persuasion. I'm gonna
Okay.
use my inspiration to make it a
Yes.
straight roll.
Okay.
With my +2.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
Good.
All
Oh.
right.
Pretty good.
You see her grin and all of her teeth are pointed.
So metal.
And she says, no deal. Lulu will take the dodge, and we can say effectively we're out of combat. Everyone's dodging until someone wants to attack. She will say to Vin and Tamila, you need only give your lives, and you shall be powerful and metal like I am.
Great. It's a nice idea. I have it, it's not the first time that someone asked me to die today, but it's weird that it did happen twice, by two separate groups. So, I'm good. I'm like, I have a lot of self-confidence in this body. I'm pretty okay with me. You know what I mean?
And and I'm pretty sure that I'm cursed so that when I die, I won't get to be helpful to you. I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna go belong to some other devil. So I'm trying really hard not to die so that I can stay and be helpful to you, because I do not think that would be a good thing if I were to die.
Nice. Each of
Oh,
you
you're
can make.
close.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
Oh,
sorry.
go ahead.
You can
What
make
would you say?
persuasion with advantage.
Is that a straight roll for me? Because
both of us,
I'm
or-
exhausted.
Yeah.
Both of us? Okay.
Yeah, each of you. Yeah, both
Alright.
of you can make it. Yeah.
I'm exhausted, so I'm doing it straight.
Yeah, it'd be straight for you.
That's pretty good for
That's
Vin.
pretty good. She says, fine. You can just think on my words, my offer. But no, the other Hell Knights will not be so merciful.
Hey.
She
And
takes up.
that. I guess I'll start. Oh, is she moving? Good.
Yeah, she's moving back. She takes up her scythe, and flies kind of backwards for a bit, keeping an eye on you all until she's a safe distance, and then leaves.
Great.
I feel like that was as
Devil-
good as it was gonna go.
It works,
It
kind of.
was. Pavel,
Yeah.
very little help there by just like blasting out metal compliments.
That
Well,
was really helpful.
Did you
What?
see her though?
I mean, yeah, but we gotta stick strong to the plan. We can't just compliment every devil we see.
They don't all look that.
I mean, we could compliment every devil we see. It can't hurt, right? It's not gonna hurt us to do that.
She was a really cool devil, though. Do you guys know
Mhm.
her? Sounded like you
Yeah,
did.
well, past tense, I suppose. Now, she, I guess, trained us, me and Tamila, sort of.
Do you remember the shield? Farfax and Gargoth.
Oh, yeah. Don't worry, Shieldina. He was not as good as you are.
The devil that lived in that shield, one point possessed a woman, and that woman murdered Rhea. And now
Oh,
she's
no.
here.
Well, that is very sad. I'm sorry that your friend was murdered.
Yeah, I kind of feel bad about being so impressed now.
I mean, but she is very cool, but it is very sad that she's so...
That also explains why she maybe was seen in the city, because she's here. That's great.
Then
Yeah, that
you
makes sense.
hear the flutter of her wing, but you don't see her. And then you
Okay.
hear it flutter away.
Okay. Yeah, she's still close. She's definitely gonna watch us for a bit, I bet. So, are we done being proud?
Should we mention Gideon? Gideon would I think would like to see her. Yes,
I'm
he's in
sure
the graveyard,
Gideon. Well,
in the Grand Cemetery.
Oh, you know what? Actually, Gideon would actually really like to see Rhea. I think Gideon would be very pleased by that.
Yeah.
You're unsure if your words were heard.
That's fine. I guess I'm gonna start stealthing again and try to hide.
Okay, give me a new stealth check. Everyone else
I
is
feel
still
like maybe
being proud.
I've learned my lesson. I don't think I want to be proud anymore.
Yeah, I was about to say, everyone done being proud. Everyone happy with their pride now.
Well, apparently I'm still exhausted, so
Yeah.
that's fine.
Mm-hmm. That's performance.
Yep.
That's for your proud walk.
Yep.
Pavel tries to look proud, but it just looks really tired as he walks forward.
We're going to high hold now. Is that the plan?
Mm-hmm.
I think what we said, right?
Yep.
Right, Pavel? You're kind of deciding.
Yep. I want to go to High Hall, and then to the temples, probably, or to the Wizard Tower. Has it been 6 hours?
Are we gonna go back to the Grand Cemetery to look in that rest of that
really,
area? And
I really do want to look at the portal.
do we have any idea how to find the Kenku? Like, are we have any idea what forward is? It seems like we're just kind of retracing steps, wandering until something happens.
Well, I mean, I have a lot of things that I want to do that are active goals that don't necessarily coincide with moving the plot forward. There's a mountain, right? We could maybe go somewhere up high or near the edge and pull out the spyglass and look for a mountain.
We never went and looked at the chains. We were going to do that after the Grand Cemetery. We're going to go look at one of the big chains and see if they were possible to break or something like that. Was that a thing we were going to do? I have it in my head. We were, maybe we weren't. I don't know.
I think eventually we need to go to the chains because we're gonna have to get down somehow. But at this point, we might just glide down.
Yeah, I think we were going to do that, and then we got information about the chains and how they're not really doing anything. Like they're not holding the city here, right?
Well, they kind of were, weren't they? They weren't holding the city up. They were holding the city down. They're holding the city down, not up.
Like maybe, but it's not like the physical. It's not like we can undo the chains and then the city will go back to El Terrell. Is kind of what I think we learned. Maybe I don't. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. We can go look at. Yeah, we can go do that. Why not? Sure, I mean, we have the gliders. We can just go straight to a chain and say hi.
Mm-hmm. We'll just drop down through the gap now.
I feel like this is constantly going to be like gliding down and then walking up and then gliding down and then walking up. We've climbed up to High Hall so many times now. Tamila says in the back of her panther, who's definitely done all the climbing.
Yeah.
Yeah, your calves are looking great.
I want to get back to I have all these things that I want to do after a long rest, probably, since we're here. But I want to get back to the tower, the wizard tower, and get it reactivated and not to kill us, but a place that we can go to. And then I've got the academic interest in the portal at the cemetery. And then, of course, I need to get back to the temples to turn in that report. But for now, here I want to rest in a safe place, and I want to talk to Variah. I don't know if anyone else wants to do anything here, and I want to see how Grace is doing on her projects after I don't
Fighting.
know, not very long.
Yeah, it's only been a few hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Grace is just like, this is really interesting stuff.
Yep.
And then who was the other person you want to talk to? Sorry.
Farah, the cleric.
Oh,
lady?
okay. Yeah. Get back to my high hall.
Faria Jinx.
Yep. Hello, Pavel.
Hi. Back.
That was quick. Are you okay?
Yeah, no, the gliders. Has Grace told you about the gliders?
Oh, yes, I heard about the experiment.
Yeah, they are fast, and we just did what we did and came back, and I'm kind of tired. Um, but I've had something of a revelation in my what's the word? Alignment, faith, religion. Um,
How can I
you
help?
know about Despader. Yes,
Yes, he is a
I
devil.
yes
Lord of a layer of hell.
I once had a conversation with a cultist of despair named Zadius, and at the time I was just trying to gather information. I didn't think what he was saying was important or that applied to me, but he explained to me how the afterlife works and why people worship gods, especially evil people. It's because if they can, get in with a god, then they can have an afterlife that isn't just swirling torment and damnation. Um, and I also heard, I don't remember. I think Spinch told me this, that Char's reward is in death. And given what I learned from Zadius, I thought that was kind of an asinine comment. All of the gods' rewards are. But now I think I'm understanding, and I'm wondering if you know anything about this. That um, an
Not much is
afterlife.
known about Shar. She likes her secrets. That is known. Her temples tend to only trust very few.
So
They're
you. Okay.
constantly in
So you're.
flux with the other gods.
That is actually a. Thank you for cutting me off. I think you just helped me. Not make a mistake. What do you think about the afterlife and afterlife spheria?
I think that the afterlife is what we make of it. But the current life is more important. We must help these souls. Do you need help? Do you need healing? There are many reasons to find faith, not just the afterlife. There's community. There's confidence in knowing what's right and wrong. There's many reasons. I'm glad you have found your faith. All faith is welcome in El Terrell.
You mentioned something before. Um, thank you. I think you've helped me more than you realize. You mentioned something else before, and I have this weird feeling, this guilt, like I injured my friend who isn't here anymore. And I know that I didn't. I know that her passing was peaceful. We said goodbye.
Many people have guilt for simply surviving when others didn't. It's common with people who've seen battle, where they don't believe the other person didn't deserve death, and they should have had the death. But that isn't how life and death works, unfortunately. There is no deserving of either. It's simply we do our best. And so you shouldn't feel guilty. You should just live as your friend would have wanted you to. Does that help?
Can you? What do you know about my parents?
Oh, would you like to talk about them? You didn't seem to want to before.
I I know what I know. What I know is that I grew up on my own, alone, in the streets of Baldur's Gate. Born in Baldur's Gate.
Oh, you're born in Baldur's Gate? I didn't know that. I know you
It's
lived
where
for
I've
it.
always been.
Perhaps you were young, but there was a time where you lived with your parents.
How do you know?
I visited once. We had trade with that town. They were great wizards, and they would have magical supplies that we sometimes needed. You were there. You were so interested in books, I remember. Such a cute little thing. Your mother, she was also a voracious reader. You had quite a library in your tower. I believe she came from Cormier? Some land. Uh, she's very heroic, very powerful wizard. And your father? He was an orphan. Maybe perhaps you're remembering that. But he loved your mother dearly. And they both enjoyed learning wizardry together. One day I heard your town was attacked. Some sort of portal and monsters fire. I didn't know you survived. But I can see both your mother and your father in your features.
Our futures?
In your features, in your facial
Features.
features, yeah.
No. No, I've always been. No, it's not right. It's not what happened.
Really? What's your full name?
Pavel Munsk.
Very strange. Perhaps the news we received was false, but that was the name of the child I saw.
Must be the wrong Munsk.
Perhaps.
No guilt. Wrong Munsk. But thank you. This has been helpful.
Have a make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
You pass out. You with immense pain.
Oh.
Like a migraine like hit you like a semi truck and you pass out. Yeah, Feria yells out for the your friends. Mr. Vin, Tamila, Spinch.
Pavel.
You see Pavel lying on the ground. You see Feria trying to like cradle the head of Pavel and like make sure that he's not injured. He just fell over.
Pavel.
Pavel.
You guys hear?
Oh,
Hello?
we hear you now. Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I was on mute. As soon as Spinch gets called over, he rushes to Pavel, who's laying on the ground, and he will do a signature get up thump on his chest with a lay on hands to see if he rises.
Yeah. Pavel, time is different here, but you are in swirling darkness, and you feel your head being cracked open and your brain being pulled out, and then you see it being manipulated by shadowy hands and then shoved back into your skull. And you feel resentment, and you feel that you haven't been grateful for your gift. And you awake to Spinch, and you have no memory of the conversation you just had.
Pavel, are you okay? Sensual.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Pavel.
And I think that might be a good place to leave off for the night. Because it is getting late. Unless there's anything immediately you'd like to do before we call it a night. All right.
Thank you, everyone, for letting me do all these things.
Yeah, we got our side story checklist to go through still. Who knows? Because the gliders can only go down. So definitely do everything in El Terrail for now. Otherwise, you gotta, I guess, climb the chains if you want to head back up. But... All right.
Yeah, it seems difficult
Mm-hmm.
to climb the chain.